Uh, Philip Bungay.
Thank you, Phil. So when were you diagnosed, Phil? Can you tell me a little bit about your diagnosis, please?
Uh, May 2012, and I used to be an induction trainer with the Ministry of Defence,
Mhm.
and I was quite quite confident public speaking, but I found that I was getting anxious and more anxious all the time, to
Mm.
the extent that the meetings I would go to, um, um, when it started the creeping death scenario, where you go around the table and you ask, or your name, you
Yeah.
introduce yourself.
And you feel it
My
coming
heart,
round to you, don't you?
my heart is a pound. I said, all
Oh.
right. Even so much, I took myself off to a voice coach,
Okay.
and and I was fine with one on one with him, but
Yeah.
it always happened. So actually, when I got the diagnosis of Parkinson's, it was almost a relief, in fact,
Yeah.
because it was. Well, actually, I'm not going mad. There's something wrong with me. But there's another story about how I got the diagnosis of Parkinson.
Okay.
I went to the went to, well. Why did I go first of all? Well, I find it very difficult to walk and hold a drink,
Mm.
and some wife's doing. I can't cope with you. Can't, I can't with the amount of coffee that's putting on them. So you've got to go to the doctors. So fortunately, the doctor I saw, well, not fortunately for me, but not for him. He just had a stroke,
Oh.
and so he was very in tune with neurological conditions.
Mhm.
And I literally I only had to walk into the surgery, and he said, and not that I noticed at the time, but I wasn't moving my arm.
Mm.
And he said, right, straight away, you need to go to a neurologist. So I saw a neurologist, I went through the MRI scans, and
Mm.
went through a DAT scan. And then the result of the DAT scan, came by post, at which time, and I hadn't seen the doctor this time, but it came up, and Louise opened it at home, and when we at work to say, "Oh, Phil, the results of the DAT scan come back. It says you've got Parkinson's."
What?
Uh,
That
that's
shouldn't be
how.
how you found out.
That's how I found out.
That's crazy. You should. That's mental. They shouldn't do that.
And
I bet that was a
and
memorable day at work then, wasn't it? After that news.
well, actually, I didn't actually know what Parkinson was actually. So there's I googled Parkinson's.
So good. I think everyone does it. I think Parkinson's UK website does quite well out of diagnosis days. People probably visit there quite a lot. So I know you through you kind of work with the or I don't know if did you organise the Medway group or do you're quite high profile in the Medway group, aren't you? You do quite a lot with them.
I'm the lead coordinator at the Midday Working Age Group.
That's it. That's your
There's
official
two.
title.
There's the branch, Midday branch, Parkinson's UK,
Mhm.
and there's the Midday Working Age Group. And I'm the lead coordinator of the Midday Working Age Group.
So that's how I know you because you kindly invited me to come and do some nice stuff with you there at the hospital, which was great. We kind of spoke to people, didn't we, during
Uh,
Parkinson's Awareness Week, which was great fun. Um, and I was just wondering, really, have you always been sort of so into working in the community of Parkinson's, or
yeah, not at all, not at all. When I was first diagnosed with Parkinson's, I I'd say for 2 years, I go and supervise my son to raise funds to fund the cure, and that was my only thought. Bear in my head, not wanting to know what was going on anywhere else, just raising funds for the cure.
yeah?
And so that's what I did. I was diagnosed in 2012, and I didn't really join any group at all until about 2014.
I think everyone deals with their diagnosis differently. It's quite funny. Like some people go throw themselves into raising money, some people throw themselves into being involved in research, some people get involved in kind of advocacy straight away. Some people don't do anything because they just need to focus on themselves. And I think it's the important message is actually taking that time that you need to kind of process it and doing what you need to do to process it and what your family needs to do.
Actually, it was quite good fun to spend time with my son. Actually, so we travelled to Cardiff, to York, to all the rides around, Parkinson rides around, organised Parkinson cycles around Cardiff and York and Stirling, and for 3 years running. I did a 100k cycle ride around.
Whoa.
It's called Night Rider, and I was joined by 3 friends, and 3 old school friends actually, and it's anyone tells them there's no hills in London. Well, it's the Crystal Palace, and the halfway mark was Alexandra Palace. Well, if you ever tried cycling up that hill to Alexandra Palace, it's a steep hill, I can show you.
I can imagine. I don't know about you, but I think actually having a kind of a long-term diagnosis and having a cause to fight for, it's really lovely. Suddenly your friends have a cause to fight for and your family have a cause to fight for, and you suddenly find they join you in some of your activities, and it's actually a really nice kind of silver lining, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very true, very true. And the reason, apart from the sunrise and the sun, the reason I've been on lots of walks around Greenwich Walk, Leeds Castle Walk, even as far as up as Woburn, Perth, Screen Palace in Perth. There's done lots of walks. So you're very true. So you do find.
Yeah, I find that. I definitely find that. Kind of having my people walk with me when I did Walk for Parkinson's in Greenwich was lovely. It was just like feeling everyone around you and feeling that support. You don't ever really, you know that support's there, but you don't really know until you kind of call on it that it's actually really there and they're there for you.
Yeah.
You have a lovely wife who I've met. She's very sweet, lovely Louise. How important is it to have a supportive family with Parkinson's?
Well, very important. I think. I think again, a spotlight wife would need someone up to. It is very. My wife is very supportive because I drove out to all events to raise the awareness of Parkinson's. Like there's some coming. We're doing flying kites and lots of activities, all to raise awareness of Parkinson's and raise a bit of my side at one of those events.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's amazing.
So, it's very good.
Yeah, I think you suddenly realise that Parkinson's isn't something that the condition doesn't affect just one person, but actually when you get involved in it, it doesn't affect just one person, and that can be a really nice thing. I think it can be really helpful for the spouses and families of people to feel like they're doing something as well, maybe.
And your Parkinson's doesn't just affect me; it affects my whole family. Like now, towards the end of the day, my voice gets worse, and I think Louise would say that I've always been even-tempered, but I'm probably less so than I am now, sort of thing.
I can't imagine you not being even-tempered ever. You're so calm.
And so I think the whole family is like Dad can't carry a tray of coffee after lunch, say, and so the children will come out and carry the tray in for me, and small things like that, but it affects all the family.
Yeah. Have you had to change all the carpets in your house to like wooden flooring?
We're about to, but yes, we're about to. Yeah.
I've got wooden flooring most of the areas that there would be potential spillage, so it's not too bad. But if I carry a drink through to the bedroom at night, it's a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
No dark-coloured liquids allowed. So. Sorry.
I should also mention about the. I'll also co-lead the Midway Neurological Network,
okay.
which is a which is I found this with it's another story again.
It's always a story.
I am every second Monday. We have an awareness store at a local hospital.
Hmm.
And when I was setting this up, the Medway MS branch, the Medway branch of the MS Society, have a store there every first Monday.
Yeah.
So I was chatting to them about how they arrange things, and they were saying that they're on the Medway Physical Disability Board.
Okay.
And being me, I said, well, if you are, surely Parkinson UK should be on there as well. And the chair, who happens to be Tracy Crouch MP, and she said, well, actually, there's not enough room.
Oh.
So it turned out to be the formation of the Medway Neurological Network.
Oh, cool.
The MS person wears two hats now. He represents the MS Society, but he also represents the Medway Neurological Network.
Nice. You have your fingers in so many pies, Phil. You are the pie master. Always doing something, always up to something. It's good to keep busy, I guess, isn't it?
Well, I find that you do. I find that keeping busy is almost like a therapy for me. Yeah, I can no longer work, but when I can work, I like to be active and then rest when I can. Then I can choose to rest when I can.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That makes sense. And when you're doing things you love, it's always easier to find the energy, I think, sometimes, and they sometimes come a little bit easier.
And my days will be working down as well. My optimum time is up to 12 midday.
Yeah.
And so that short window.
I find it's really difficult, the whole kind of working thing, with actually having times that, your body is better, but actually it might not fit with when someone wants you to have a meeting or something like that. I think that's probably the biggest reason that people have to give up work, is actually the way that we work and function doesn't fit with the day that works for everyone else normally.
True. So the Medway Neurological Network are campaigning on that very issue. We've got something called in this bar a passport for leisure scheme.
Mm-hmm.
It allows you to have access to the leisure centres at discount rate.
Oh, nice.
But the thing about it is, it would be good but there are times that you can use these leisure centres, and it might not be with fluctuating conditions the right time. So we're comparing with the council for people with neurological conditions to not be time restricted.
That's a really sensible plan, actually. That's something you don't think about until you have a condition that it needs to be thought about. That's really smart, actually. Well done. Flying the flag there.
Yeah.
So one final thing, really, because I think this is something I've kind of been asking everyone. You were diagnosed a little while ago. Is there anything you've learned, or any kind of situations you've been through that you've learned something, a tip or some advice that you would like to pass on to someone else with Parkinson's?
Pace yourself. So if I have a full day one day, then give me time to rest the next day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest advice I can give. When you get the diagnosis of Parkinson, it's not the end of the world. There's more bridges to cross and corners to turn, yes, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But what you have to do is pace yourself.
I feel like you're talking directly to me there, Phil. I feel like that was aimed. I feel like I should listen to that one directly.
So that's the biggest bit of advice I give, is whatever you Do not give up.
Mm.
Don't give up, but continue to be active. But just remember, you can't always do everything you in one day. You need to take your time.
Yeah. I hear you.